Hi guys, welcome back to the Heel Project. We are back with what just happened at TNA Slammiversary. And I'll tell you what, decent show, pretty good.
Great show. Great show.
I fully enjoyed it. Match, I didn't make any notes of the pre-show. Pre-show itself had 4 matches on it, Link. Four matches. We had
in a 1 hour pre-show, 4 matches.
We had, I believe, Tasha Steelz won the Fatal 4-Way against Brookside, Shaw, and Apache.
One second, Dan.
Go on. 4 matches.
The pre-show
Was an hour long.
Had 1 less match than the entire of the last WWE pay-per-view card.
Yeah.
Which includes the 2-hour pre-show.
Yeah. And I liked the fact that we had that much. Kushida beat Rich Swann. The Militia beat Spitfire to retain their TNA Knockout World Tag Team Championships. And Eric Young beat... help me out. Bloody hell.
Hammerstone.
Hammerstone. I didn't have that written down because that wasn't announced. I wasn't announced. That was an open challenge during the pre-show. But that's led to a bit of shenanigans, and they're going to have a little rematch later on Thursday night.
Just saying, it's harder when you're that end of it, isn't it? And you're on the spot trying to think of a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite easy for me to do it, but I know your pain there because I've just struggled as well. Carry on. Sorry.
First match of the night broke the broken Matt Hardy against JDC.
Delayed.
Something Dango Curtis. Johnny Dango Curtis.
Johnny. Yeah.
So throughout the match,
his name's Johnny Curtis.
Right at the start,
That's his actual name.
There was straight disrespect to the American flag. Shocking behaviour, really. Absolutely shocking. They should be appalled. Throwing it on the floor. Oh,
It's weird. It was a weird thing. So Dango came out with the American flag.
Oh. Because
obviously it was in Canada.
Yeah.
Despite the fact Matt Hardy's also American, so it was a bit of a
weird one.
And then as the referee took the flag off them, the flagpole came out and he used the flagpole to hit it with, didn't he? So before the match even started.
Yeah. But JDC starts by beating Matt with a flag to the outside, which we spoke about. There was plenty of fandango dancing, which I thought was great throughout the show, throughout this match. It was only a 4-minute match, but it was quite good.
Yeah, it was good.
Had a twist of fate to finish the match. From the top turnbuckle. 1, 2, 3. And then Matt Hardy gets him up again. It's in with 2, maybe 3 more twist of fates. Ref's getting angry. Link was there going, call it, reverse the decision.
Yeah.
Apparently,
you're angry about it, just reverse the decision.
Apparently it was something to do with Jeff. You TNA fans will know what's going on there, but we're not up to the weeklies on it all the time, so. We then had the System against ABC. Apparently this was a rematch for ABC from back in September, which is a long time.
It was a long time we watched it.
It was, unfortunately. This was a bit of a theme for all the tag matches. It was a pretty standard sort of tag match. And it was that. It was basically back and forth until the end where Alicia Edwards jumped in and got involved. Obviously, Eddie Edwards misses his wife and tried to help, but ultimately cost them and hindered them as well as getting knocked down herself. And then it ended with a combo of finishers, which allowed ABC to get the titles back.
Yeah,
standard.
Austin and Chris Bay.
Standard.
New tag team champions in TNA.
TNA. Next matchup, Mike Santana versus Jake. Something. I forgot his name.
Sorry.
We're awful humans. Huge moment from Jake something is he catches a flying Santana.
That's insane.
Literally, the guy goes in, boom, flips.
He's like go for a cannonball type move on the.
And he comes in at the vertical, upside down. Jake something is like, I got you, bro. And
just stopped him dead as well. Like there was no like slight sort of jarring from Jake, or he just does it. You mind now?
Yeah. You belong to me. I belong to you.
Crazy.
All that. We then had it that fizzled out. a bit of nothing. But then we had Jake something powering up Santana 3 times into like a power bomb position. Absolutely insane strength.
Yeah.
And then,
it was a bit mental seeing someone be able to, because Santana's not a small dude, so just the power that it took to literally just muscle him up as dead weight.
but that's had a lot going into the next move, because Santana then suplexed Jake something across the ring himself, which is match finished by Santana hitting a discus lariat type move to win a very solid non-title match. Probably. I think probably the best non-title match of the show.
Wasn't it the only non-title match of the show?
No, Broken Matt Hardy, JDC. There was Eric Young. There was the pre-show matches. It was the best one. No, I think.
Okay.
He then had the Buzz Lightyears against No Quarter Catch crew coming out.
That was weird.
The Rascals were dressed up as Buzz Lightyears. No mention of it really. Very weird.
All 3 of them dressed completely as Buzz head to toe. They even had hoods that had the helmet.
Yeah.
It was weird.
I'll be honest, this is probably the one that was a bit of a letdown out of the tag matches.
I'm going to be honest, they all looked really bad.
Well, I put down a match that promised much and delivered not very much. A few good moves, to be honest, but they all seemed a bit over the top with excitement and was a bit hot throughout. And that was kind of it, just a bit excitable, a bit too much.
Yeah, like maybe they just needed to slow down a bit and stop making the mistakes that they were making, because it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all.
But the Rascals won anyway, and that sort of
the one standout I will say in that match was
Trey Miguel,
the guy whose name I've already forgotten.
Trey Miguel,
no, from No Quarter Catch crew, the new guy that's just been recruited to them.
Oh,
He was pretty impressive with them. He was very quick, very powerful.
Oh, Javon Evans, was it?
No, definitely not.
No. Why have I got Javon Evans? Was it Javon?
Because he's another wrestler.
Tavon.
It's not him.
Hang on. We'll carry on.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he was a really good, like, powerful guy. He was doing really, like, he was impressive in the match. Like, I can't think of a particular spot.
Tavion Heights.
Tavion Heights, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was impressive in that match, and obviously he's their new member replacing Damon Kemp.
Because he's dead now.
Because he's dead, yeah.
Dead.
He's in the boot of a car somewhere.
I
guess.
I don't know if I really want to talk about the next match, because it was just mental, like actually mental. So we're thinking, oh, this match will be good. Little street fight.
We can talk about this match all night.
This little Montreal street fight match. AJ Francis came out with his guys, said he's beating up PCO backstage, and then he cuts some footage, and yeah, he beat him up. He was on the floor, put a blanket over him, spat on him, and he said that we beat the piss out of him or something. But then I've put, Francis is about to have his hand lifted as retaining the championship. Then the weirdest shit happened as PCO has resurrected back from the dead. So dumb, but so PCO.
It was great.
There was just like a weird moment where, like, there was his body being all down from the rafters, but the guys that were the hired help or whatever for the moment, they sort of moved it, and you're like, okay, it's just a bunch of bed sheets. And then they lowered it into this coffin, and he was obviously supposed to be his part. That was supposed to be him being hung down. It wasn't very good, but it was quite funny. And then there was this.
I don't understand how he got into the rafters even.
Like, no, but there was.
I get that he was attacked backstage. Why was he in the rafters being lowered down? Dead.
Who was that guy? I don't know, that came out with the knives and stuff. And
I don't remember. They did say his name. I can't off the top of my head remember though.
Some Davilly guy. Sorry, guys. That was just mental. Bizarrest thing.
He was relevant as well, but I just, I'm sorry.
So very weird. But the match eventually got started after he was brought back to life. Because,
Wrestling.
Cannonballs, moonsaults, a true spot fest to start the match.
Oh my god.
Followed up by chairs, more chairs, as AJ then flips it and starts dominating PCO back. Francis was then thrown through the tables by PCO, Josh Bishop then threw PCO onto the top of 2 set-up chairs, back to back, straight
Oh,
on top.
that was awful.
Nasty
It was awful.
spot. And then Gore! Rhino came out. What? To help PCO.
Oh. Oh.
He ended up chasing. Did he chase Josh Bishop back?
No, he'd already left. He walked off.
Yeah. I don't. It was mental. AJ kicks.
Someone else was out, wasn't there? That
The other
Rhino
guy.
took out. I can't think who.
Rich one.
Rich one. That's the one.
That was it.
See?
Yeah, that was it. Well done. AJ kicks out after a moonsault from the top turnbuckle from PCO, which he had about 7 of them throughout the match. PCO kicks out of a tombstone, and then PCO finally won with about his 8th or 9th moonsault, and became the new. He's a new double champion now, isn't he? He's the new digital media champion and the new Canadian International Heavyweight Champion, which we've only just found out that wasn't even a championship for any brand. It's been deactivated since 1987.
Yeah.
The same year. I think one of these people in our chat said the same year that he debuted.
Yeah.
It's been deactivated since. Mental.
Which is 30, 35, 36 years ago. Like that's a.
Yeah.
There's a long career. Fair play to him.
The next match bodes well for TNA, if I'm honest. Jordan Grace versus Ash by Elegance.
Just gonna say before we move on to that match,
yeah,
if you guys are gonna watch one match from this whole show, go watch that last match.
Yeah, it was fun. Totally,
it was so much fun.
Totally PCO, totally TNA.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
You don't need to like wrestling even to enjoy that match because it was just nuts.
Speaking of nuts, this match started with basically not very much to begin with once they've had their entrances. Then the cameras cut to Rosemary, who sat up in the crowd for some reason. She came down and then tased off Ash by Elegance's personal concierge with a knife.
Yeah, just pulled it out of a boot.
A knife.
Just pulled out a dagger and just chased him off.
Link wasn't looking, but then the next moment that happened was that Ash by Elegance started humping Jordan Grace in the head on the ring apron.
Wrestling is a fun thing.
There was a huge sliced bread moment on the top turnbuckle as well, which was
very near full.
Very clean as well, very crisp. And we sort of summed it up. There's some really good technical sequences. Jordan Grace finished with a big Juggernaut driver. 1, 2, 3, game over. Made Ash look solid throughout the whole match, though. Leaves the women's division in a good spot when Jordan probably eventually does leave for WWE.
In January, because I reckon she'll debut in February in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, February. Royal Rumble. Weird statement, that.
Isn't it just?
The next match from early on was full of smelly feet and flippy stuff. Because it was Mustafa Ali versus Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey with some insane spots. He is ridiculous, isn't he? So
he's very fun to watch.
So damn good.
Yeah.
There was a spot, then a spot, then another spot. We had a poison Rana off a turnbuckle into a Mike Bailey finish. Bailey gets the 1, 2, 3. Music hits. We think he's won. Nope. Ref spots the foots on the rope. Match continue. Yes. Bailey then accidentally knocks out the ref. Out comes the Secret Service to help Ali again.
Ali's Secret Service, just to
not Donald Trump's.
not the Secret Service.
The Secret Service then allowed Mustafa Ali to have a 450 splash. Then he got one more. Then there was a 1, 2, and the ref had been pulled out by this point, and the refs pulled back out by Trent Seven to save Bailey from the loss. That was
who's dressed as a riot guard.
A riot guard. Like, honestly, this show was just a bit mental.
It was very, very, very mental. It was good though.
Trent then gets attacked by Ali, who then attacks Bailey too. Ali calls for a ref. Earl Hebner comes out, who is booed to hell in Canada. Brilliant.
Yeah, You screwed Brett chants coming up everywhere.
The whole Montreal screw job stuff. They then get to the ring. Ali then puts Mick Bailey. That's somebody different. Mike Bailey in a sharpshooter position. Hebner goes to call for it, and he asks him again. He goes, no. He goes to call it again and screw him again. And he goes, he goes, shit. I can't.
Yeah, Hebner swears a lot.
And Mustafa Ali's like, why not? I paid you. And then, I think by that point, Bailey managed to sort of get back up whilst that's all going on. He throws a chair at Mustafa Ali, hits Earl on the leg as well. And but Bailey manages to get sort of back on Ali and wins with a sharpshooter to win the X Division Championship, with Earl Hebner regaining some sort of respect in Canada. Not that he'll ever fully get it back, but hey, they gave the guy from Quebec, another Quebecer, the win. Not the Quebecers.
Crazy takeaway from this is that Brian Hebner's retired. Brian Hebner is Earl's son. Earl Hebner has refereed a match more recently than his own son, who has already retired from being a professional referee.
Earl looked knackered, I can't lie. He looked knackered, bless him. And then we were on to the TNA World Championship match, the finale of the show. The match itself went 30 minutes. And
do you remember for every other match how we've gone, it was all a bit mental? This match as well. Just a bit mental.
This wasn't mental. This was processional and almost like a dance. It was spot finisher, or spot strong move, and it was sort of went round, and they all sort of floated around doing their bit and sort of getting involved with it. There was the insane moment where Josh Alexander just made Kaz his toy. Just suplexed him for about a solid 3 minutes. About 2 minutes of just suplex after suplex after suplex.
I'd love to know how many German suplexes he actually hit, because it was a lot.
It achieved nothing though, didn't it?
No,
at the end of the day.
Overall.
Which was quite funny. He then managed to double suplex Kaz and Nemeth together, which was just mental. The offensive just carried on and on and on. If I wrote it all down, I'd be here all day long. So I didn't. It was just,
which also didn't help him, brother.
No, again, that didn't help him.
Nemeth, no.
The first person to get eliminated was Steve Macklin, which I did call. Pinned a spear from Moose. We then had a super kick to Kaz off the stage through the table from Nic Nemeth. Once they'd all ended up that area.
Crazy. Just mental match.
We then came back into the ring a little bit later on. Joe Hendry sneaks up on Moose, gets a cheeky little RKO moment, and a close fall as well on Moose.
Got a couple of close falls on Moose, to be fair.
But then, Joe Hendry standing ovation on Moose and pins him. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
There's a choke slam for anyone that doesn't know.
Yeah, sorry. That's the name of his. It was the choke slam, but he held him here. Chest slam.
Just because Moose is tall.
Yeah, but that meant we get a new champion no matter what. Low blow from Josh Alexander to Joe Hendry, and then hits him with a C4 spike, apparently. I've just found out the name for it. Wow, and if you look at C4 spike, it shows you a gif of a pile. It's basically a pile driver, but there's a little stick man doing a gif if you Google it on Wikipedia, apparently. There you go. Fun fact. Where were we after that one? That left us with 1, 2, 3 people left. So Josh Alexander, Frankie Kazarian, and Nic Nemeth still in the match. Although at this point, Frankie Kazarian is still out by the table where he's just not come back yet.
Josh Alexander's still perched on top of Joe Hendry at this point as well.
Yeah.
Like, just perched on top of him, just hating him. Essentially confirming his heel turn and being very much the bad guy from this point on.
He's a bad guy. He then goes to attack the ref, Josh Alexander, with Nick saving him. Nick super kicks Josh Alexander and eliminates him with a super kick. That's quite surprising that he got that after everything that happened. It was just a super kick to eliminate Josh Alexander. Big name, sort of. I'll be honest, I was kind of thinking it might go to him. But we're down to the final 2, and Kaz is back from the table by the stage. Nic Nemeth super kicks Kaz. There was a lot of events before that, but to the final moments, Nick super kicks Kaz into a zigzag. 1, 2, 3. New champion. Nic Nemeth is your new TNA World Champion. And to be honest, I think that's the right move for TNA at the minute, mate.
To be fair, if it wasn't him, I'd be saying it should have been him.
So, yes.
But I'd have been saying it as, it should have been me. No, and you get it. Yeah, it's the right thing to do. He's the perfect person to carry the company going forwards. I'm still interested to see where the whole crossover with NXT is going, especially now that Dolph is the champion. Dolph being a former NXT champion himself.
Or will there just be no mention of him with WWE at all? I mean, who knows?
I mean, it's possible, but I don't think Joe Hendry's done.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting ride we're going to go on, I guess.
I think you're right. But you'll find about that on Wednesday when we talk about it during our podcast. We're going to have a little chat about it during our podcast. You'll get our real feelings about it whilst we talk to Phil, maybe Pete. Might be back. I don't know what Pete's. We don't know what Pete's situation is.
Probably not with Pete.
No, we'll catch up with him at some point.
He's really old, so he's staying in the home for a while longer.
Yeah. Although it's getting expensive, so we might have to just round it out here. So please leave a like, share, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.
See ya. Peace.
Idiot.